The Falcons have came to play. It's the playoffs. This is where you show up big time. You show up on the biggest stage. That's the playoffs. That's the Super Bowl. The Falcons did that tonight. As for the Los Angeles Rams, they only put up 13 points. They went from worst offense last year to the best offense this year in the National Football League. How do you only put up 13 points tonight? Jared Goff threw the ball 45 times and only had 24 completions. TODD GURLEY only had 14 carries. He ran for 101 yards, but 14 carries? You telling me TODD GURLEY couldn't get 20 plus touches on the ground? And you got Jared Goff over here throwing the ball 45 times? This is the first time in a long time the Rams have been in the playoffs. And this is how you play? In front of thousands of your fans at home? The Falcons embarrassed them. They played better overall defensively and offensively. Julio Jones, we know he's a monster. One of the best wide receivers in the league. Over 90 yards receiving tonight and a touchdown. Shout out to Robert Woods. He balled out. He played a great football game tonight. What do you have? 140, 150 plus yards receiving? That boy went crazy. He snapped. I don't know what was going on in that Falcons secondary, but they couldn't contain him. He was going crazy. But it still wasn't enough because you're going home. And now the Atlanta Falcons are going into Philly and they're going to the next round. The Rams had a great season this year, offensively and defensively. They got a lot of Pro Bowlers, a lot of All-Pro players. They were a great team this year. They dominated. But what I want to know is, how do you allow this to happen? How do you only put up 13 points? That's my question. I mean, from the start, the Falcons was going crazy. The Falcons had a 13-0 lead. The offense was rolling. The defense was shutting down the Rams. And it's so crazy because I'm looking at Matt Ryan's stats right now. He had 218 yards passing and a touchdown. Devontae Freeman only has 66 yards rushing and a touchdown. You got Tevin Coleman with 40 yards rushing. They combined with 106 yards rushing. If you think about it, the Falcons' offense wasn't even that explosive. And for the Rams to have such a great defense that they have, they couldn't show up. And you're at home. Once again, you're at home. I understand you haven't made the playoffs in a long time. The playoffs is new for Jared Goff and TODD GURLEY and most of this Rams team. But at the end of the day, this is embarrassing. You have to show up on the big stage. You have to show up in the big games. And tonight, the Rams didn't do that. They did not show up. There's no reason for Jared Goff to have thrown that ball 45 times tonight. They did not have enough balance. 101 yards is not enough for TODD GURLEY. 14 carries is nowhere near enough. He should have had at least 25 carries. Or probably even more than that. 14 carries? Not good enough, man. Not good enough. So, great season for the Rams. The Falcons are moving on to play Philly. Rams, it's going to be tough to swallow. Because like I said, you had a great season, but the Falcons, they overpowered y'all tonight. And they showed up. And quite frankly, they exposed y'all. This your boy Sports. I'm signing off. You guys already know what to do. Hit that like button. Share this video. Hit me up at my social medias, Twitter and Instagram. The links are in the description. Hit on my Facebook like page. Give it a like. And also subscribe.